Good morning. It's November the 6th and time for Proverbs 6. I know many of us didn't get to bed till after 3 o'clock this morning. And we won't discuss that here, but just say God wins either way, right? So let's get started. Now, this is where he starts talking, the first 5 verses, talking about co-signing for somebody else's loan. And he mentions this over and over and over again in Proverbs. All right? My son, if thou hast been surety for thy friend, hast stricken for a stranger thy hand, hast been snared with sayings of thy mouth, hast been captured with sayings of thy mouth, do this now, my son, and be delivered, for thou hast come into the hand of thy friend. Go, trample on thyself, and strengthen thy friend. Give not sleep to thine eyes, and slumber to thine eyelids. Be delivered as a roe from the hand, and as a bird from the hand of a fowler. Right? Oh, that whole thing is about co-signing. Solomon was very much against co-signing for somebody else's loans. Right? People should get stuff on their own credit. And by co-signing for do them a favor and co-signing for them, you have now put yourself under their total control. If they don't pay their bills, the person they borrow the money from, total stranger to you, is going to come after you. So you are in control of the person you co-signed for. He controls your finances. Right? So it's best to just not get into that position in the first place. Okay? Like I said, he mentions this over and over again. Okay. 6 through 11 is about laziness. Okay? Go into the ant, O slothful one, see her ways and be wise, which hath not captain, overseer, or ruler. Right? Ants don't have a hierarchy. Okay, they just work. We call the largest ant the queen, but she's not really a queen, right? She is just the one responsible for laying all the eggs and making more ants, and they take care of her. Okay? She doth prepare in summer her bread, she hath gathered in harvest her food. So that's all about ants. Observes ways without leader, administrator, or ruler, prepares his provisions in summer and gathers his food during harvest. All right. How many times have you gotten up in the morning after you're asleep and found that the ants have been working all night long preparing their food from the contents of your kitchen, right? 9. Till when, O slothful one, dost thou lie? How long will you sleep, right? When dost thou rise from thy sleep? A little sleep, a little slumber, a little clasping of the hands to rest. And thy poverty hath come as a traveler, and thy want as an armed man. Right? When will you wake up? A little sleep, a little slumber. And poverty will come like a robber. Right? And want like an armed man or a bandit, it says over here. Malicious man. Titles from here. 12 to 15. A worthless man, a man of iniquity, walking with perverseness of mouth, winking his eyes, speaking with his feet. Right? They used to use foot signals when they were going to take advantage of somebody. Directing with his fingers. Right? I used to do that. A wicked sign, meaning it's under control. Right? Forwardness is in his heart, devising evil at all times. Contention he sendeth forth. Therefore suddenly cometh his calamity. Instantly he is broken, and no healing, or beyond healing. Right? We're just going to highlight stuff we can talk about, right? Right. What the Lord hates, 16 through 19. I like the titles they use over here. These 6 hath Jehovah hated, yea, 7 are abominations to his soul. 7 things are an abomination to his soul. Okay. I like these. Eyes high. All right. Tongues false, lying. And hands that shed innocent blood. Right. Highlight that. There you go. A heart devising thoughts of vanity. Vanity. Feet hasting to run to evil. A false witness who doth breathe out lies. And one sending forth contentions between brethren. That's gossip, okay? If you've listened to me any length of time, you know how I feel about gossip. The Lord hates it, so I hate it. Mm-hmm. So, there's the 7. High eyes. Arrogant eyes. That's prideful. Okay, pride. God hates pride. Okay, God likes humble people. A lying tongue, of course. God hates liars. Hands that shed innocent blood. All right, God hates that. A heart devising thoughts of vanity, or a heart that plots wicked schemes. That's been going on a lot lately. Feet hasting to run to evil, or eager to run to evil, right? If people see somebody looting stores and they run in the store because they want a new TV or a new pair of shoes, and haste to run to evil, running to join the gangs, right? God hates that. Okay? A false witness who doth breathe out lies. A lying witness who gives false testimony. Okay? That causes a lot of damage, okay? And they do that in the courts all over the world. They do that. They will find somebody and pay them. That's a false witness. Pay them to say, I saw this, or this person did this to me. And they're lying. All right? And one sending forth contentions between brethren, one who stirs up trouble among brothers. That's gossip, okay? Busybodies around the church that are always saying, so-and-so did such and such, and we're going to hate him, right? When that never happened, and you just don't like a person. It's just, right? 7 things. Okay, warnings against adultery, and he talks about this over and over again. Right? It was a rampant problem, and it is a rampant problem now. Only thing is back then they knew it was wrong, but they had nothing better to do. Now they celebrate it. They put it on TV. They make it the object of sitcoms and stories, and try to normalize it like it's the way it should be, and it is not. Okay. Keep son the command of thy father, and leave not the law of thy mother. Bind them on thy heart continually, tie them on thy neck. In thy going up and down, it leadeth thee. In lying down, it watcheth over thee. And thou hast awakened, it talketh with thee. Wisdom. Right? For a lamp is the command, and the light, and the law a light, and a way of life are reproofs of instruction. Right? Let's read that over here at 23. For command is a lamp, teaching is a light, and corrective discipline is the way of life. Right? Corrective discipline. You like that? Reproofs of instruction. To preserve thee from an evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman. Desire not her beauty in thy heart, and let not her take thee with her eyelids. Blink, 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 right? For a harlot consumeth unto a cake of bread, and an adulteress the precious soul hunteth. Wow. For a prostitute's fee is only a loaf of bread, but an adulteress goes after a precious life. Right? And as I said, harlots and adulteresses are different things, okay? The term now is prostitute and whore. Okay? A harlot is somebody who does that to live, to eat, for a fee. Okay? An adulteress does it for free, just because she likes destroying people, right? And it goes both ways, not just women. Men do this too. All right? Does a man take fire into his bosom, and are his garments not burnt? Rhetorical question. Right? Does a man walk on the hot coals, and are his feet not scorched? So is the man who goeth unto the wife of his neighbor. None who doth touch her is innocent. Right? The wife of his neighbor. That's adultery. Adultery is taking another man's wife. Right? If they're not married, and there's two people that aren't married, that's called fornication, okay? That's a sin too. But adultery, you are breaking a trust, okay? They do not despise the thief when he stealeth to fill his soul when he is hungry. And being found, he repayeth sevenfold all the substance of his house he giveth, right? Thieves are hungry, they steal, they get caught. They don't look down on them because they're starving. He who committeth adultery with a woman lacketh heart. He is destroying his soul. Who does it? Destroying your soul. A stroke and shame he doth find, and his reproach is not wiped away. He will get a beating, and dishonor and disgrace will never be removed. For jealousy is the fury of a man, and he doth not spare in the day of vengeance. This last part is kind of important. Okay. He accepteth not the appearance of any atonement, yea, he doth not consent, though thou dost multiply bribes. Okay, let's read that over here. For jealousy enrages a husband, and he will show no mercy when he takes revenge. He will not be appeased by anything or be persuaded by lavish gifts, okay? If you've broken somebody's trust and committed adultery, that spouse of that person, you can't buy your way out of that. You know, you can't buy them a new car. You can't buy them a new house. It's just because jealousy is the worst kind of anger, because it involves a betrayal of somebody you trusted. Okay, and somebody has betrayed you. Okay? And you can't buy your way out of that. Okay, you can try, but he's going to kill you. So there you go. That's Proverbs. 6 valuable lessons in there. Okay. We did this to separate it. And this whole thing, we won't read that whole thing again, but it's talking about co-signing. And how by co-signing, right? Even if it's for one of your children, I need a car, Dad, can you help me out? And if you co-sign for them, you're now under their control. If they don't feel like paying their bills, they're going to force you to pay their bills for them. Okay? It's not good to put yourself under anybody's power except God's power. Just don't do it. Other parts where it talks about it, it says, get a collateral. If you have to, get a collateral, okay? You're buying a car for your kids, I'll co-sign for you, but I'm going to take your dirt bike and your gaming system and I'm going to hold it until you pay it off, and then you can have it back. If you don't pay it off, I'm going to sell those things to get my money back. All right, that's collateral or surety. Mm-hmm. When you're a surety for a friend, you are their collateral, okay? Your friend is getting something, they're putting you up as collateral. Not a good idea. Okay. We highlighted this just because malicious means you're doing something with intent on purpose, okay? And we can read that over here. A worthless person, a wicked man, goes around speaking dishonestly, winking his eyes and signaling with his feet and gesturing with his fingers. He always plots evil with perversity in his heart, and he stirs up trouble. Now, this has always been a problem, okay? Right now, even now. It's all over the internet. People trying to, they call them scammers now, trying to scam you. Okay? They're by lying to you and being malicious and winking with their eyes and signaling with their feet and right, gesturing with their fingers. It usually involves more than one person. And one person will wink at his friend. We're taking advantage of this person, right? And have hand signals and foot signals, right? To take advantage of somebody. It happened then, it happens now. Only worse, right? I mean, a largest part, probably more than 50% of all the stuff on the internet is a scam. Somebody trying to scam you out of your money and giving you nothing in return. Okay? And it talks about that in various parts of Proverbs too. Right? Right? Ill-gotten gains and get-rich-quick schemes. Right? He plots evil with perversity in his heart. He stirs up trouble, therefore calamity will strike him suddenly, and he will be shattered instantly beyond recovery. It catches up with these people, okay? It does. Okay, and we highlighted like 16 through 19. 7 things that God hates, finds an abomination, okay? Eyes high, pride, arrogance, conceit, okay? Nobody likes pride, a prideful person, okay? False tongue, lying. God hates lying, okay? If you always tell the truth, you never have to remember anything, okay? Mark Twain said that. If you do lie, you always have to remember your lies and pile other lies on top of it until you get such a large house of cards that it only takes one to knock your whole thing down, right? Hands that shed innocent blood. That should require no. There are people that just beat people up, okay, for no reason. In big cities, there's people that will stab you for nothing, just to shed innocent blood. God hates that, okay? Heart devising thoughts of vanity, or heart that plots wicked schemes. Right? I was thinking, evil can I do? Feet eager or hasting to run to evil, right? See something bad happening, you got to be part of it. Mm-hmm. That makes you evil, okay? Makes you evil. A false witness who doth breathe out lies. 6. A lying witness who gives a false testimony. Right, and you can know what that is, right? Some people are paid to lie to the courts. It's illegal. Yes, it is illegal. And one sending forth contentions between brethren. Number 7, one of the worst, gossip. Okay, gossip. Telling lies, spreading stories, rumors, okay, the rumor mill. For the drama, God especially hates that because it stirs up contentions between brethren. Brethren is your church family, okay? So, 7 things. And then it talks about adultery, not fornication, not prostitution. This is about adultery, okay? A married person sleeping with somebody else's spouse, okay? After being bound, this is the, right. A prostitute or a harlot does this because if she doesn't, she has nothing else to sell. She has no husband. She won't eat, okay? She has to get money by selling herself, okay? That's not an adulteress. That's a harlot or a prostitute. But the adulteress is different. They do it just for the fun and for the rush and for the adrenaline rush. Okay? But when they're found out, right, destroying is a person who does this is destroying their soul. Like that. Because you can't get away from that, okay? That'll haunt you forever. For jealousy is the fury of a man, and he doth not spare in a day of vengeance. He accepteth not the appearance of any atonement, yea, he doth not consent, though thou dost multiply bribes. Okay? And today's language, jealousy enrages a husband, and he will show no mercy when he takes revenge. He will not be appeased by anything or be persuaded by lavish gifts. You can't buy your way out of that. Jealousy is an anger that cannot be appeased by money, okay? Because it involves betrayal of somebody you loved and trusted. Okay? So there you go. It's Proverbs 6. A lot of heavy stuff in there. Okay? I'm getting into some of the heavier stuff, but we knew it was coming. We've done this 15 times. And it gets into there and stuff you just recognize and you say, yep, I know that now. Okay, that's wisdom. So there you go. Stay tuned later today. We are on day 311. We're out through the Bible in a year. And getting up to the Last Supper and Jesus being betrayed and the start of him going down that road to save us all. So stay tuned for that. Give us a like, you think about it. And get some rest today if you were up late last night. All right? God will always have his way, okay? Hopefully we are coming into a time of peace. So, till later we'll do it again. See you then.